Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, I don't know. I just got some stuff I want to get off my chest, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't know. Um, but I've played WoW for years. Always loved the game. Had my days where I've hated it. Thought Blizzard was doing just an absolute horrible job at times. Um, but it seems like since 7.2's come out, a lot of people have really been discussing how they are disappointed with things. They're talking about the casual player base, so forth and on. Um, Here's my opinion of this. And also, I'm gonna call out a YouTuber plus he's a streamer because I do. I enjoy watching Twitch and YouTube videos and seeing everybody's opinions. But this guy just really pissed me off. Excuse me. Um, we'll get him out of the way. Just get this rant off. Uh, Asmongold, this redhead ginger living at home with his mom and dad kind of guy, believes he's like some kind of professional spokesman for the game or something. Because there's been a lot of conversations about how LFR and LFD have ruined the game. And his opinion of this was, yes, it's made players horrible, and it screws up rating and everything else. And it's kind of like this: if you don't like something, don't play it. But you don't have to be mean to other people. You don't have to be derogatory, and that's what he is. From what I got from his Twitch stream, is he's just a loud mouth, arrogant jerk. Um, and it's very true. It just seems like, oh well, I'm good at this, and if you're not a full time, all go raider and everything else, then you suck. You really suck. He pointed out in his stream tonight. Well, Blizzard has made the game for casual players only. Now that no, I don't think that's what it is. I think what it is times are changing, and the game has to change with the times. That's what Blizzard's doing. He was like, oh well, uh, just because you played this game does not mean you're entitled to something. And this was an actual comment he used on his live stream at Twitch. Just because you pay for the game does not mean you're entitled to the content of the game. Well, here's what I'm going to say this. You're wrong. Um, if you play the game and you pay for it and you do your subscription and all that, then yes, if you put the time in and you run and whatever, and you work towards that achievement, then yes, you are entitled to that content, just like any other person. Um, he was making it out like, people that are casual players should not have the same gear, shouldn't have this, shouldn't have that. And my thought on that is, if they do whatever Blizzard wants them to, because this is Blizzard rules, okay? Blizzard determines how the LFR works and all this. Hey, if Blizzard says they get it, they get it. You don't like it, go on. I mean, it seems like to me there's so much bitching about the game, but they keep playing the game. And I guess it comes down to basic morals. If you don't like it, go, leave. Stop being the toxic thing. You're saying that there's toxic elements to it by you bitching about the game and bitching about how LFR works and LFD and all that. You're just as bad as those other toxic elements. You're not contributing to making the game better. You're contributing to making it worse. You're making people go, why am I even attempting to think about trying to play this game. Um, it just comes off really harsh, and you can't be that way. Like me, I'm a little bit more than a casual player. I raid, do all that, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a hardcore raider. That's not it. Um, but I don't treat people with disrespect, even new guys. I think in this game, it's a MMO. It's a huge game. And I think in this kind of game, you have to have patience. I also think you have to have respect. Yes, some things I think should be a little bit different. Of course, that's every game, Um, but the simplest thing is this. I'm tired of hearing YouTubers and Twitch streamers and all this go, oh, well, this is just horrible, this is horrible. Shut the hell up. You're making money playing a game. People pay you to sit there and play a game, but let alone you bitch about it. This is how you make your living, and you're bitching about it. It's like, wow. And that's why, it just frustrated me. I was having a good night. I was just playing around and, enjoying the Broken Shores. And, I was like, screw it. I'm just going to Twitch a little bit and see what's going on over there. And this guy just irritated me wrong. Just because he seems so toxic. And I've watched a couple of his streams. And it just sounds like this guy's so full of shit. Like I said, he talks shit about the game, but then he's always talking to his live streamers. Who's got Mythic Keys? Who can do this? He uses people for Mythic Keys, but he hates the game. He hates people that use LFR. He breaks people down. I think he is like probably the worst damn person to be a representative of WoW. I just had to get that off my chest. I think he's an asshole. It is what it is. Fuck him and whatever the hell he believes in. So I'm done with that. Now to my opinion of LFR and LFD. I remember when LFD came out. It was a great help. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it this way, how it should be said very clearly. LFD is an extension of the game. It is for those people who are not in a guild. It is for people who, don't really want to sit around and wait to build a team. It's just a quick thing, okay? And that's what it is. This is something that people will just do to do it and get it over with and get their dailies or their, just whatever got to be done. And I remember when it came out, I was one of the people that was like, wow, this is great. I can actually get into content so that I can progress, because some of the things you had to progress on and you had to get in these dungeons. And, back then we had gear score and everything else, and it really ruined the game. And obviously you can tell I'm not even caring right now because I'm just getting all kinds of whooped on this end. But it's something that is good for WoW. And I think that it's a benefit to those people that have a hard time getting in with groups and stuff like that. Also, I think it's a great thing that, it can help teach people. And I think that's a very important thing about this game is for the older style of people. Because Asmongold got on this, just to kind of backtrack a little bit. He said that the game shouldn't slow down for older players because it's too bad if we've got families or whatever. You'd have to watch his live stream to really hear it all. But he made it out to be, I'm sorry that your old ass can't give up all the time you used to, and the game shouldn't give up for you, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I think it's a good thing for those people that have families and have things going on, and they don't have all the time in the world. So, in my opinion, LFD is a great training tool, plus it is a great just way to get people into the content that they're paying for. Let's remember this. A lot of people are paying for this content, even though there is the WoW token now and everything else. There are still a lot of people that are paying for this content. And, as a customer, they're entitled to the content just like everybody else. So on to LFR. Now, what's the best way I can put this? My opinion of LFR is very... I would not say it's great, and I would not say that it's bad. What I will say is that it is a help to some people, and then to some people is a crutch. LFR is good for people who, once again, are in small guilds or something, or in guilds that are progressing but not at a very fast rate. Because LFR, let's just be honest, you don't have to do mechanics, really. It's very rare. It's pretty much going there and tank and spank. I mean, that's right now. Like, I've got an 8AB4 warrior tank. And very rarely all I got to do on a lot of things is just interrupt. Rest of it is just tank and spank. And that's not teaching. And that's something I think Blizzard needs to address sooner than later. LFR is great for those people, but it also should be a helping tool. It should not be the situation where, oh, great, you've done in-game. Because a lot of people did. They just go in there and they think, oh, well, this is what it really is. No, this is not what the real thing is. I've heard a lot of people discuss, oh, well, why should they be able to see this in LFR and I have to work my butt off for regular? Well, it's by choice. Let's be honest. It is your choice as a player to either work and progress towards your way of playing, which if you like raiding real, then that's your progression. Or you have the people who are fine with LFR and that is their progression. Neither should be disrespected. Hey, they finished it on the way they finished it, great, whatever. But I think it's become to a point where it's becoming toxic to the community. And the community needs to say it correctly and not say it wrong. And by wrong, I mean volatile, stuff like that, calling people out. I don't think there's anything wrong with LFR people. But I think that they should know that this is a learning exercise. What, if anything should be done is pretty easy and simple. I have agreed that a lot of people say that the tiers should be backed off. So basically say when the Night Hold was released on regular, then that's when the LFR for like Emerald Nightmare should have come out. And I would have been fine with that. I think that would have been great for people. But I think it needs to have some mechanics reworked in LFR for people. Because I think some people are. They're just trying to get in there and learn how to play the game. And it's not really teaching them. If you're just going in there and taking the spanking, there's no learning curve. So I think Blizzard should honestly work that up. And I think, to get to the end of it, you got to work a little bit. Would I even come to the point of saying, okay, well, maybe they shouldn't be able to have total in-game in LFR, but work and progress you up to being able to run a regular regular raid, maybe. But it's complicated. That's the whole thing. I try to look at both sides. Blizzard is a company, and I've heard people, oh well, it's all about money now these days. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. This company is about making money. This is a game. At the end of the day, it's a game. People sit in an office, they design and build this game so that people will play it and buy things and do this and do that. The game is changing and it's evolving. It's not the same game of 2005. This is 2017. We've had a lot of things change. We've had a lot of things stay the same, but a lot of things have changed. And I think what it is as the older players in WoW, I think we need to be more understanding and more respectful to the newer players. We need to be more of teachers, more of we should make it so that these people will want to play. If any reason why people don't play WoW anymore is because it's so toxic, because they don't want to sit there and be yelled at or told off for 2 hours because, hey, it's a learning curve. Let us, as elders of the game that have been around for years, we should be teaching. We should be role models, if that's the best way you can put it, for the younger players and hell, the new players. Not everybody's great, and I don't think that everybody out there wants to have the same experience in this game. That's what makes WoW WoW. WoW is what you want it to be. Some people like to just run dungeons. Some people just like the quest. Some people like the role play. Some people like to raid. But everybody's different. And that's what makes WoW so much WoW. Is that fact. So I think and what I want to finish up by saying is we need to stop bitching and we need to stop calling people out and being rude and all these things and be more positive. If we have real problems, we need to go with Blizzard and say, hey, here's what I see and here's what I feel. And could you maybe start really listening? Because, they are. Let's be honest. All these people who bitch and gripe, they're still playing. Like the Twitch people, they bitch, they moan, but they keep playing. And I'll tell you why. Because if they stop playing, that paycheck stops coming in. So for a game that they hate so damn much, they're going to keep on playing it. They don't bitch when they get free invitations. They don't bitch when Blizzard gives them free gear. But they bitch because things don't go their way. Well, congratulations. That's online gaming for you. So in saying that, maybe I can just put this, basically like I said before, maybe it's time to stop bitching and be more productive together. If we can build like Vanilla WoW, let's be honest. Vanilla WoW was great. It was an amazing time for WoW. Can we ever get that back? Of course. There's always a possibility. But it is going to take a little bit of work. And we have to stop the toxicity. And I think a lot of it needs to be right on Twitch. And some YouTubers. If you hate the game and all you can do is negative and be negative toward players, we as the fan base and community and everything else have to stop allowing it. We have to step up and say, hey, enough's enough. Stop watching their streams. Stop. Oh, no, shit. There you go. Just enough's enough. They have to be put in a position where they have to be held accountable for their actions. So, like I said, one last time, help one another, not be negative towards one another. And that is how this game can come back to being great. So, that is my weekend video. I'm not sure what's going on, because 7.2 is still racking out. The Broken Shores. I remember I was talking to a few guildies earlier. Just a quick note: if you're trying to get your Nether Shard grind and all that, the best way to rep it and grind it is just to do the portals underneath the syntax. I did it earlier today on my tank. I was like 2 hours, and I got almost 20,000 Nether Shards. So that's just a little throw in there. I'll probably do a video on it later to show everybody. But I don't know. At the end of the day, tell me what you think. Does the community as a whole need to stand up and help one another, or do we just keep bitching and moaning? So, hope everybody has a good one, and I'll see you next time.